Christine Thompson with Baird and Warner, lead agent on the CT team, back at you for another monthly marketing update report. I'm a day late. I apologize. Super busy out there. The market is keeping me busy. But anyways, thank you for coming. You've got all of my information on the screen right here, so you know how to reach me. You can just text me at 630-931-0045. Just text the code Let's Talk. And that way I would be happy to answer any of your questions. You can just, do a text with me. Okay. I appreciate that. Or you can schedule a call if you want to set up a time one-on-one to talk more about the market and ask all of your deep questions about the market. Well, let's get started. I'm going to screen share with you our slideshow here so you can see what's going on. Here's my other phone number you can call. That's my personal text number if you want to reach me that way as well. But we're going to dive in. We're going to be talking about the Naperville market. That's my guinea pig for this show. If you do have a market that you are more interested in than Naperville, you can get an idea of the kind of information I can put together for you. And I'd be happy to do that custom by your request. So let's jump in right away. What I'm going to be sharing with you guys are month-to-month comparisons. So this is going to be information from last month that you can see. And here, I'll put me up there in case you want to see who I am while I'm talking. All right, so last month I presented that this is just a general take from pulling from the MLS, what happened in the last 30 days. And this was taken in December of 2022. And we saw that there was 39 private listings, which we can see right here, and 47 new listings. Now, I'm going to keep saying this, even though I've said it in other presentations, because I never know if this is the first time that you may be watching this. But when I say there's 39 private listings, that means they are not out there for the general public to see. They are not in Zillow or Realtor.com or Redfin or anywhere out there. Only agents have access to this and able to share that with their clients. I hope you're working with an agent that's doing that for you, by the way. When I talked to a person at MRED, I found out that probably almost 95% of these private listings are allowing showings before they activate. I was actually quite stunned by that number. I thought it would be like 30%, pretty low, but apparently a lot of sellers are allowing it to be shown, even though they're not officially on the market for the whole public to see. So for you buyers out there, please be aware there's more inventory out there for you to see than what seems to be when you go onto these public websites. So if 95% of approximately 40, that's, we're talking, what is that? I mean, I'm not real good with math, but that's going to be in the high 30s that homes are being available to show. So let's just say 35 properties are available to show, and then add that to the 47, that's 92 properties available for people to see, and that was in Naperville. All right, only of these that are homes that were on the market, only 8 have expired or been canceled off the market. That's still that's a low number. All right, and then we had 68 closed. Now that's less than what's active on the market. But we also have 49 under contract. So it's certainly not a buyer's market. I'm going to say that. That was in December. So let's take a quick look at this. Remember those numbers. And now what do we have now? January, 105 new listings, way more private listings, more under contract. And I'm going to skip back here because I'm bad with remembering numbers. 68 closed, now only 53 closed, but that might be a reflection of perhaps it was slower in November. So fast forward to closing in January, that's probably reflecting November numbers. Activity actually went up a little bit in December. So I bet January numbers are going to probably look better for closed properties than, or February numbers are going to show better for closed properties than January, because everything, it's all a domino effect. It doesn't mean that the homes in January that went under contract closed in January. There could be spillover from November or December. But the numbers are up. Price change, not really up. So we got a lot more homes coming on the market and going under contract, but we're not seeing a lot of price changes, and there's nothing canceled. No one canceled or expired their listing. So that means they're getting under contract, which means there's buyers out there. December closed at an average sale price of $642. In January, it closed at 645. What is that telling you, people? Is the media right? Are they right when they're saying prices are going down? I'm sorry. I'm not seeing that. Do you see that anywhere in the graph here? I don't think so. So let me expand that again. I'm not seeing it anywhere in the graph. So what that means is price is still going up. Even when November, December, January is expected to be slow, we went up $3,000 in 1 month. Okay, not huge, but it went up. Average market time in December and closing out December was 31 days, and now we're at 30 days, speeding up just a little bit, just the way the prices went up just a little bit. So that's all still showing very positive for the sellers out there. And then how many average showings are there per contract? In December, it took a seller on average 29 showings, and in January, 29 showings. So that's pretty flat. Nothing has really changed there. I always like to point this out too. That's what this little line here is telling you, is that year over year, it's up 7.4%. Let's skip back to the pricing here. I didn't point this out. So this is where what you're hearing in the media when they're saying, oh, home values are going down. It's not the home values that are going down. It's the year over year increase. Okay. So year over year increase has gone down. But we're still showing, oh, that's market time. Sorry. Let's go back a little bit more. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So year over year in December, up 11.4% in home prices. That's not a market going, that's not value going down. Okay. And then in January, 11.6% year over year from January 2022. And I can tell you, I remember January 2022 was on fire on the first day. And we're up 11.6% closing out January compared to January 2022. Market's up, you guys, market's up. And it's because we have so much, well, not so much, but so little inventory going on. Just there's not much out there, you guys. And we're not seeing any indicators that it's going to go up either. Average showings, I said 29, and then the next month 29, about the same. Let's take a look a little bit deeper dive into the showings. This is a breakdown from showing time that pretty much records and processes all showing requests. So it has in the books how many showings happen each weekend. And this is average showing per home. Okay. So we can see, look at this. Look at this week in January. The third weekend in January, it's climbed all the way up to five showings per listing on the weekend. That means buyers are out there. They're out there. I mean, it's not going to be the same buyer looking at the same house, right? So we got a lot of buyers out there looking at the homes that are active on the market. Slowed down a little bit right at the end of February, just a little under 3, but this really dominated here. Look at the numbers, because in course of December, we were hovering around a little under or a little over 2, and we've exceeded that by far in every single weekend in January and into February. Pretty good. Now, this is a market action index needle. This is another way of looking at the original information I showed you about, breakdown in the MLS, showing you the pie chart. This is another way of looking at, just to get a gauge on, is it a buyer market or is it seller market? Is it a fair market? Just neutral. And just in January 3rd, the needle was at 39. And February 6th, when I put this information together, still 39. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the earlier graphs where it showed like just a little bit of a price increase, a little bit less market time going on. This is all kind of coming together beautifully. Very similar information and stories across the board. So that kind of helps you can trust this information. Mortgage rates. We all want to talk about mortgage rates, don't we? Yes, we do. So this is just a graph we were able to pull up on February 6th to show you the averages. Now, a few months ago, you all know we were looking at mortgage rates that were We were at 7 at late fall time. We are now dipping down, and I've got clients buying in the 5s now. We're definitely solid in only the 6s. And a lot of people are doing a 15-year fixed, or they're doing an ARM, which means it's an adjustable rate. And the strategy there is date the rate, marry the home. Okay. And then eventually, when you're done dating the rate, you can just divorce it and get yourself a new rate. And you've had time to enjoy your home at a price that's probably lower than it's going to be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. So when the rate goes down, home prices are still up, because organically we are going to continue to look at low inventory. And that is like classic, simple supply and demand, low supply, high demand, prices go up. All right. And we are expected to have that for quite a few more years, because we got a lot of millennials coming out there on the market. And we got a lot of homeowners that have a lot of equity. They're not willing to move, or they're concerned about not being able to find their next home. So we don't have a lot of people leaving their homes, but we have more buyers pouring into the market. A normal market is sellers move, they become buyers, round and round we go, equal fair market. But right now we don't have sellers leaving, and we got more millennials coming in than what would normally be sellers leaving their home and becoming buyers. So that's why we have greater demand on the market, and home prices are continuing to inch up. So plan on them to continue to inch up through this year into 2024, probably all the way to, like, if I'm going to take a gamble bet on this, I'm going to say 2027. I'm putting it out there. Everyone, I put it out there, 2027. And if I'm wrong, well, it's pretty far out. But I think I'm on the mark here based on everything that I'm hearing from all the economists and specialists in this industry that are really looking at the numbers closely. So anyways, rates are better, and they are expected to probably still dip down a little bit more. One of my very, very good sources, she said this in December, and she predicted everything for January, and she was spot on. She predicted everything in the fall, what to expect coming into the rest of the year. She was spot on. And I was a little surprised, and I'm not sure about this one, but she said might even see 4% by the end of 2023. So I'm going to keep doing the show, and let's see where these rates go. But I will be very interested to see if we hit 4 by the end of this year, especially if it was a 30-year fixed. Now, maybe for a 5-year 5-1 ARM, but if we hit 4 for a 30-year fixed, I'll actually be a little shocked. And you know, my economist that said that, I'll be like, you're amazing. She was spot on with that one. But anyways, let's move on. You know, we all don't have a crystal ball, but I am hearing from multiple sources. We hit our ceiling on rates last fall and continue to expect them to just trickle down. I don't think we're going to see dramatic drops on interest rate this year, but it's probably going to continue trickling down through the year. But if you're thinking, well, maybe I should wait to buy until the rates go down more, you need to also be thinking about, where are these home prices going, and how little is that rate going to change, and how much more is that home price going to go up, that you're still paying more monthly on a mortgage if you waited. Okay, unless you are coming into a big windfall, and in the next 9 months you're going to have a huge pile of cash collected, and you can cut your price in half on your mortgage, and you're only doing a mortgage for half of your price. If you're still going to be on the same budget and you're not going to have much more to be putting down, then I wouldn't be waiting for rates to go down. I got another video out there that you should be checking out. I talk a little bit more about that. Check it out. Should be on YouTube in the next 24 hours. Just go onto my YouTube channel, Naperville Living in Naperville, Christine Thompson. Again, that's Naperville Living in Naperville, Christine Thompson. That's my YouTube channel. subscribe to it so that we can get alerted when I put something useful in there again, because that's my whole purpose. I try to put useful information in there for all of you seeking any type of real estate information, buyer, seller, fix up your house, whatever it may be. I will have a video in there that is talking about interest rates and should you wait or not. Okay, I got a nice graph in there too, some nice data that helps add to the discussion on what is the right thing to do. Okay, so look for that one if you want to hear more about interest rates. I'm going to move on. I love this graph, a little working graph here. It's great. Historically, mortgage rates. How much do they fall when the economy slows down? We had 2 times where mortgage rates went down substantially, but not much in these other years here. So 2 and 3 economists are forecasting a recession in 2023, but you don't need to fear the word recession when it comes to the housing market. Recession doesn't mean housing market dropping. All right. I had another graph I showed before about home price drops, and in the last 6 recessions, only 2 of them had home value drops. And of course, the big one was the Great Recession in 2008. Naturally, you're going to see it then. The only other time was in 1991, and that home prices only went down, I believe it was under 2%. Really, not that much. So if you hear a recession, don't panic, people. Doesn't mean the housing market's going down. And I want to point out, the housing market is a huge part of the economy. So how much of a recession are we going to have? I don't know. Maybe not that harsh. I mean, jobs are still up. Incomes are still stable. There's still plenty of equity in mortgages. So these are a lot of positive indicators that, recession, how steep is it going to be? I don't know. I'm not the economist. Try to hook up with some reliable economists to watch instead of people that are just media fear mongers. You don't want to be watching that stuff. So I would steer away from news channels, news radio stations, and they're just kind of they're just a news reporter. Stay away from that stuff and just go directly to a very reliable economist that is not swayed either way politically, and just get the straight up. Okay, that's your best bet to get accurate information. The top reasons for selling your house. Come on, you guys. I think we all know why. We want to move closer to loved ones. We're moving due to retirement. The neighborhood becomes less desirable where you're living right now. Your home is too small. Maybe your home is too big and you want smaller. Or maybe there's just a change in the dynamics within your household. These are reasons why people keep moving. This is why the housing market isn't slowing down. This is why we continue to have demand on the market. People are not buying houses because of an interest rate. Okay, if you were an investor and buying a business property, yes, that might change your mind. But what you're looking at on the screen right now is why people are buying residential homes. They're not buying it because, oh, the rate's low, I think I'll move. Trust me, I don't think anyone wants to go through the process of moving just because a rate has changed. I'm a realtor and I'm going to admit it. It's not easy moving. I've gone through the pain myself, packing, unpacking, all the logistics, arranging things, getting your house ready for the market to sell it, dealing with buyers. It's not a picnic, all right? So people aren't going to go through all of that just because of a change in the interest rate. They're going to move because of these reasons and many more. Maybe divorce, maybe a death, okay? Maybe more babies coming into the picture, change of structure of household. Maybe some people are having distressed issues with their finances and they say, before this gets out of control, we got to get rid of the house and simplify our lives. There's so many reasons why people move, all right? Why they move, why they need to buy. That's what's driving the market, not the interest rates. So everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching this show. again, you know how to reach me. I'm going to stop sharing so you can see my screen here, and just follow the number up there. You can dial it. You can actually call me on that number too, or you can text that code to me and I'll respond to schedule a meeting with you. So I appreciate you watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Naperville Living in Naperville, Christine Thompson. That is where I put all of my real estate information. I want you to be informed. I don't put out information that's skewed. I'm completely neutral with this. My job is to be an educator and make sure anyone that's thinking about real estate in whatever capacity, they're just getting real information so they can make decisions based on the context of their own personal life. That's what matters, okay? I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, all right? Just here to give you information. I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to share it with other people that want just neutral, true, go to the facts information. I'm your go-to girl for that, okay? Thanks all for watching. I really appreciate it. Would love to hear from all of you. If you have any comments about my show, if there's anything additional you would like me to share, please put that in your comments, and I am reading your comments, and I will be sure to address them in my next show, okay? So again, thank you for watching. Again, I'm Christine Thompson, lead agent on the CT team at Baird and Warner, and I'm all things real estate for all of you watching. If you ever need anything, consultation, information, I'm here for you. Thanks for watching.